There is a quiet kind of power that doesn't announce itself with trumpets. It moves like the tide under moonlight, pulling hearts and fates without ever needing permission. That is the power people feel when a Cancer walks into a room. Not because Cancer wants attention, but because their presence is made of something rare, a living, breathing tenderness that somehow never becomes weakness. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon is the keeper of memory. It remembers every ocean it has ever touched, every night it has ever lit, every secret it has ever overheard. When you are a Cancer, you carry that lunar memory inside you. You don't just feel your own moods, you feel the emotional weather of the people you love. You pick up on silences the way others pick up on words. And in a world that is often numb, that kind of emotional sensitivity becomes a superpower. That's the first reason people envy Cancer. Your heart is not asleep. You are awake to life. You can walk into a moment and sense what's real, what's hidden, who is hurting, who is pretending, and who is quietly begging to be understood. Most people spend years trying to learn that. You were born with it. The second reason is your loyalty. Cancer doesn't love a little. You love like a home being built out of your ribs. If you've let someone in, it means you've decided they matter in a way that is not casual. You will show up when the room is dark, when the phone rings at midnight, when life is messy and inconvenient. Even when you are scared, you don't abandon what you care about. People envy that kind of devotion because deep down they want to be trusted that fiercely. And the third reason is your instinct to protect. You are the Zodiac's guardian spirit. You don't protect because you're controlling. You protect because you know what it feels like to be unprotected. Your empathy makes you a safe harbor. You have this natural ability to make people feel like they can breathe again. This is why strangers will tell you their life story in line at a cafe. Why friends confess things they've never confessed to anyone else. Your energy says, it's okay to be human here. If you're feeling this already, take a second to subscribe to Signs and Secrets, because this channel is where we dive into the truth beneath the stars. And you don't want to miss what the universe keeps revealing about you. The fourth reason people envy Cancer is your emotional intelligence. Some people are smart in a way that's sharp like glass. Cancer is smart in a way that's soft like water. And water always finds the truth. You understand that beneath every reaction is a need. Beneath every anger is a wound. Beneath every cold silence is fear. You read people not to judge them, but to care for them. That's a kind of wisdom that books can't teach. The fifth reason is your relationship with time. Cancer moves with seasons. You know when to push, when to rest, when to wait, when to open. You're not reckless, you're rhythmic. You can feel when something is ready. Because of that, you often make choices that look like luck to other people. But really, it's intuition. You don't chase life, you listen to it. The sixth reason is your capacity for healing. Cancer not only notices pain, you know what to do with it. You are the person who brings soup when someone is sick. And more importantly, you bring presence when someone's spirit is sick. You can sit with grief without running away. You can hold someone's hand through a storm and still find the gentle words that remind them they're not alone. Many people envy that because they don't know what to do with pain, yours or their own. You do. And the seventh reason is your ability to love yourself back to life. Yes, you have soft days. You have nights where your shell feels too thin. But the miracle of Cancer is that you always come back to your own heart. You may disappear to retreat, to cry, to gather yourself, but you return wiser. you return keen. You return with a deeper understanding of what you need. That self-renewal is a kind of spiritual resilience that other signs quietly wish they had. The 8th reason people envy Cancer is your sacred connection to home. Home for you is not a building, it's a feeling. It's the way a room changes when love is inside it. It's the way your voice can turn chaos into calm. Cancers know how to create sanctuary in their apartments, in their friendships, in their relationships. You are the person who makes people feel like they belong. And in a lonely world, belonging is priceless. The 9th reason is your romantic depth. You don't perform love, you inhabit it. You notice the smallest details, the way someone takes their coffee, the childhood story they tell when they're nervous, the song that makes their eyes soften. You remember, you treasure. When you love you, make another human feel seen in the way they've secretly wanted to be seen their whole life. You don't rush the soul of a relationship. You let it unfold like a slow sunrise. You're not afraid of emotional intimacy, not because you never get hurt, but because you refuse to live behind walls. You understand that real love is not just chemistry or comfort, it's caretaking, it's presence, it's the choice to stay soft in a hard world. That kind of love changes people. It makes them believe again. And many envy that because they want to love deeply, but fear has trained them to love halfway. The 10th reason is your creative soul. Cancer feels in images. Your inner world is a universe of symbols, dreams, memories, and meanings that makes you a natural artist, even if you never call yourself one. You might express it through music, cooking, writing, fashion, photos, or the way you decorate a space. Whatever you touch, you give it emotional color. People envy this because so many live in grayscale. You bring the palette. The 11th reason is your courage to be soft. In a culture that praises toughness, Cancers are brave enough to be tender. You cry when your heart is full. You laugh like you mean it. You say I miss you without turning it into a joke. You forgive when it's safe. You walk away when it's not. Your softness is not fragility, it's truth. And that honesty intimidates people who are still hiding. The 12th reason is your spiritual antenna. Cancer doesn't need a loud sign to know what's coming. You feel shifts before they arrive. You sense when a chapter is closing. You know when someone is lying, even if they smile while doing it. That's the moon again, whispering through your bones. Sometimes you can't explain the feeling, but you honor it and it saves you. People envy that inner compass because they wish they could trust themselves that deeply. And if this is resonating, if you've ever felt that quiet lunar guidance in your chest, hit the like button right now. It helps this message find the souls who need it, and it tells the algorithm that Cancer energy deserves to be heard. The 13th reason people envy Cancer is how you make love practical. Your care is not abstract. It shows up in real life. You cook, you check in, you remember anniversaries, you keep someone's favorite snack stocked, you notice when they're tired, you tell them to rest. You love in ways that heal the nervous system. You don't just say, I'm here. You prove it, and you do it without a scoreboard. You don't keep track of who owes what. You care because caring is who you are, and that steadiness feels like a miracle to people who grew up without it. Now we arrive at the 14th reason, and it might be the one that surprises you. People envy Cancer because you are courageous enough to feel everything and still keep your heart open. You don't shut down when life gets intense. You go deeper. Your emotions are not a swamp. They are an ocean. An ocean can be calm or wild or mysterious, but it is always alive. And you would rather live fully than survive half asleep. Join as a member to support the channel and unlock exclusive content. Cancer understands something the world keeps forgetting. The purpose of feeling is not to drown, but to become real. Every time you cry, you are not breaking, you are cleansing. Every time you miss someone, you are not weak, you are honoring the love that shaped you. Every time you retreat into your shell, you are not running, you are restoring. That is why, even after heartbreak, you still believe in love. You don't just bounce back, you transform. Your feelings are also how you set boundaries. People don't always see this side of Cancer, but it's there, like a coastline, quiet, firm, and honest. You know when something is safe and when it's not. You know when you've given enough and when you're being drained. When you finally say no, it isn't impulsive. It's the result of 1,000 tiny signals your soul has been collecting. People envy that too, because many wait until they are shattered before they choose themselves. Cancer chooses themselves in time to still have a self left. The 15th reason people envy Cancer is your legacy. You leave people changed, not by force, not by teaching from a stage, but by loving them in a way that teaches them what love is. Long after a Cancer has left a job, a group, a relationship, people still feel the warmth you planted there. They still remember the way you listened, the way you defended them, the way you didn't laugh at their dreams. Your impact echoes. And let's be honest about the shadow side too, because that's part of your power. Cancer envy often comes from misunderstanding. Some people call you too emotional because they can stand the mirror you hold up. Your feelings make them face theirs. Your boundaries make them face the places they've been careless. Your love makes them face the emptiness they've been ignoring. So yes, sometimes they envy you and criticize you in the same breath, but that is proof of your influence. If you're a Cancer watching this, I want you to pause and feel how far you've come. Think about the versions of you that learned to survive betrayal, that learned to trust again, that learned to say no, that learned to choose peace over performance. Those versions are still inside you, like shells on a shoreline, showing the path you crossed. You are not who you were 5 years ago. You are a living evil. And I'd love to hear where you are on that journey. Drop a comment with your date of birth and your zodiac sign. And if you're Cancer, tell us what you've learned about your own heart this year. Your story might be the lighthouse someone else needs. There is a myth that Cancer is just sensitive. But sensitivity is not small. Sensitivity is how you notice what matters. It's how you know when a child needs comfort before they can speak. It's how you feel the beginning of love before it's named. It's how you sense the end of something before anyone else admits it. The most powerful healers, artists, and leaders in history were sensitive. Not despite it, but because of it. Cancer, you belong to that lineage. Here, S. What envy really means in this context. People want the permission you've already given yourself. Permission to care. Permission to feel. Permission to protect what's sacred. Permission to build a life that isn't just impressive, but meaningful. You are teaching the world that softness and strength are not enemies. You are proving that emotional depth is not drama. It's devotion to truth. So when you're tempted to shrink because someone can't handle your heart, remember this: the ocean never apologizes for being deep. It simply is. And those who are thirsty will always find their way to it. Cancer energy is a reminder that what we nurture becomes our destiny. The love you give to others is not wasted. It circles back. It becomes your home, your family, your future, your peace. The kindness you offer is a spell you are casting on your own life. The boundaries you hold are sacred doors. The intuition you trust is a map. The tears you cry are holy water. Nothing about you is accidental. Even your moods, which people love to stereotype, are a kind of lunar language. They are your body's way of telling you what the world is asking of you. When you feel heavy, you're being invited to rest. When you feel restless, you're being called to grow. When you feel overflowing love, you're being asked to give. When you feel sudden distance, you're being warned to protect your spirit. Your emotions are not random, they are guidance. And when you honor them, you stay aligned with your fate. If this video gave words to something you've always felt inside, make sure you've resubscribed to Signs and Secrets, because we're always here translating the language of the universe into something your heart can use. And tap light. Before you go, your support is the quiet magic that keeps this channel alive. You were never meant to be less than what you feel. You are meant to be a sanctuary in motion, a protector of love, a child of the moon learning to shine in your own rhythm. Let the world envy the way you love, but don't let it change the way you love. Keep choosing tenderness that is wise. Keep choosing loyalty that is earned. Keep choosing yourself. Thank you for being here, for listening with your whole heart, and for letting your Cancer spirit be seen. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. If this spoke to you, it truly helps more people find this message. If you want to hear everything the universe has to say to you, watch these other videos on our channel.